All right, ladies and fellows men. Today, oh, Jesus Christ. Today, Nintendo had a direct. It's their day for E3, and they did what I expected them to do. They gave us the last DLC fighter for Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. What I didn't expect was the character. To Nintendo's credit, I have not seen a single one of these characters coming. but you guys have already seen it's Kazuya Mishima. I have an opinion about that, but I hope you guys will hear me out. Now, I try not to talk too much about Smash here on this channel because the last time I talked about it, it became one of my like, as far as like percentage and ratio goes, one of my most disliked videos. Because I didn't think that Steve and Alex were a good pick for the game. Whatever. Um, I don't really agree with this reveal or the last one, but just please try to hear me out, okay? There's layers to why I feel the way that I do about Kazuya being in the game. I like Kazuya. I love Tekken. Tekken is a very, you know what? I'll be right back. This is my copy of Tekken 7. Day 1 edition. Focus, please. Whatever. Day 1 edition. Tekken. I take Tekken seriously. I'm very well versed. Um, but like I said, there's layers as to why I feel the way that I do. There's a wasp in my room. The first reason that I think this is an interesting choice is because of Street Fighter. I know what you're gonna say. What the hell does Street Fighter have to do with them adding a Tekken character to the game? Well, here's the thing. There are two Street Fighter characters in the game. Ryu and Ken. Ryu and Ken are pretty much rival characters. They're students under the same master. That's why it makes sense to have Ken if you're gonna have Ryu. That's totally fair, totally acceptable. I have no problems with that. There's one Fatal Fury character, Terry Bogard. I'm not well versed enough with SNK games lore to be like, sure, whatever. Here's who else should be in it. I don't know. I just don't know. But if you're gonna have two characters from Street Fighter, I think considering the fact that Tekken has pretty much taken Mortal Kombat's place as like the great Street Fighter rival, you should have two characters from Tekken as well. But here's the thing about that. Kazuya doesn't really have that type of rival like Ryu does. There's not really that kind of dynamic between any of the characters in Tekken. But if you're going to add two Street Fighter characters, there should be two Tekken characters. I don't see why they didn't include Kazuya's father or his son. You know, you have Cloud and Sephiroth in the game, two arch nemesis. If you're gonna put Kazuya in the game, put Heihachi, arch nemesis. Or if you're gonna put, two characters that are rivals but they get along, in Ryu and Ken. If you're going to add Kazuya, add Jin. But they didn't. I guess they just didn't want to do that, which is so strange to me because they also added two Xenoblade characters. Like what? That's kind of strange to me. Another thing though, if you're only going to add one character, it should be Jin, not Kazuya. And I know what you're gonna say, right? Look at the box art of Tekken 7. That's not Jin, that's Kazuya. Kazuya is the main character of Tekken, right? He was. He was for a while. This game in particular is the ending of Kazuya and Heihachi's story. And with that being the case, I understand them using Kazuya because he's the main character of this game, Tekken 7. He gets his revenge on him. Their story is over. That's totally fine. But I'm gonna do something kind of crazy. You've just seen the Tekken 7 box art. I'm going to put the Tekken 3, 4, 5, and 6 box arts on the screen. Who's really the main character of Tekken? Now, they started to phase Jin out a little bit because they were gearing up for Tekken 7. But that doesn't mean that Jin was any less important. You know, he's just had to share the limelight for a bit. But most Tekken players growing up, myself included, if you started with Tekken 3, Jin is your main character, you know? And technically, at this particular point in the story, he's not the main protagonist, but he definitely is the flagship character, right? For example, let's talk about Mortal Kombat. If there was going to be a Mortal Kombat character in Smash Brothers, it would probably be Scorpion, right? Scorpion is a lot of people's favorite. He's Ed Boon's favorite. He's probably the most easily recognizable character from the franchise. He might be tied with Sub-Zero, but if you don't know anything about Mortal Kombat, you know Scorpion and Sub-Zero are from Mortal Kombat and that they are enemies. So they probably have to add both of them. But if you're only going to be able to get one, you're probably getting Scorpion because he's on the box art of all the ones that really feature just one character or even multiple characters. Scorpion is always on the box art. He is in the logo for NetherRealm Studios. He's very important to Mortal Kombat. Is Scorpion the main character of Mortal Kombat? No, absolutely not. He's not. He's not. Liu Kang is the main character of Mortal Kombat, but for the average person, if you took Liu Kang and stuck him in Smash Bros, a lot of people would be confused. They'd be like, hey, why isn't it Scorpion? Do you get what I mean? I recognize Kazuya's relevance as the current main character of the story. Jin isn't even in Tekken 7 from like a story perspective. Obviously, you can still play him and Devil Jin, but if you're playing the Tekken 7 campaign, he's not in it. He's not a part of it. I think he goes missing in Tekken 6. And they still haven't found him. But, like, I get that they were getting him out of the way to give the spotlight back to Kazuya. That's totally fine. I have no issue with that. But it's strange that over the course of the series, you know, 4 out of the 7 main games, Jin's the main character, but they're putting Kazuya in Smash instead. Yeah, and I'm not just here complaining that it's Kazuya. It's like, oh, the final character isn't Dante or 2B or Crash, so I'm upset. I don't care about that. That's not the problem. It would be nice if those characters ever got put in the game. I've heard rumors that there's going to be another Fighters pack. I don't know. But my problem isn't that my dream character didn't get into the game. I don't really technically have a problem. I just think that this is an interesting thing. I'm not shitting on Kazuya being in the game for the sake of it being Kazuya. I think that's actually really cool. Of all the guest characters that have been added to the game, there has not really been enough emphasis on other fighting games. So now that we have, you know, we have Ryu, Ken, you could count Little Mac if you want to. We have Terry. You can count Cloud and Sephiroth if you really want to, because we have Dissidia. And now we have Heihachi. Now we have Kazuya. Fantastic. That's great. I'm really glad that there is representation from other fighting games. It's like back in Naruto Storm 2, they put Lars from Tekken. Tekken characters have a habit of not being in their own games sometimes. But you know what? I will say something else that's interesting. I talked about Street Fighter. Do you guys remember Street Fighter Cross Tekken? You might not. I barely remember that game, and I played the whole thing. There was supposed to be a second game that was going to be Tekken Cross Street Fighter. They were going to make 2 games, one in each style. Street Fighter Cross Tekken did so horribly that Tekken Cross Street Fighter never, you know, was continued with. This is the closest we're probably ever going to get to that game being a reality, and it's in Smash Brothers. It's like how if you ever wanted another Alien vs. Predator game, play Mortal Kombat X. If you want to see the Terminator and RoboCop in the same movie, play Mortal Kombat 11. Same movie, same game. You know, overall, I think this is great. This is a huge win for fighting game fans. This is probably going to be the thing that makes me play Smash Ultimate. I was really excited for Sephiroth, but it didn't quite, you know, put me all the rest of the way over. I love Kazuya. He's one of my favorite characters in Tekken. Not my absolute favorite. Not who I would have picked to be in the game. But, like I said, like I've just been spending this entire damn near 10 minutes explaining, there are reasons that I think it's an interesting choice. But I'm not upset about it at all. Tekken 7, if any of y'all want smoke, get at me. I'm main Warang. I'm not good at the game, but I'll fight. I will fight. But if you beat me, I'll probably start playing Lucky Chloe. So be prepared for that. But if you use Akuma, do not come near me with Akuma. We won't even have that conversation. But Kazuya Mishima being in Smash Brothers as the final character that we know of. What do you guys think? Do you think it's cool? Because I think it's pretty cool. I'm sure this is going to bring a lot more people to Smash. But yeah, do you agree with that being the decision? Do you disagree? Whatever it is, whatever you think, comment below and educate me. There's always more videos from me. Go and click somewhere on the screen. And if you want merch, you can click in the description as well. See you soon. Very soon, I think, probably. You know what? I do plan to do a video about everything that happened at E3, like I did a couple years ago for E3 2018. So be on the lookout for that. I think tomorrow, Wednesday, is the last day. So yeah. Anyway, I'll see you later.